Hello and welcome everyone, I am Madals and well, welcome to Game 4 of Day 2 of Team Dignitas week. It is of course JonnyREcco in Day 2, he is our focus, and if you haven't watched games 1 to 3 of his, well, you should check them out because they are pretty damn good. And well, if you're a bit confused by what Dignitas week is, well, it is me working with the lovely Team Dignitas who have been awesome enough to agree to my cool idea that I should do a player a day, basically, and every single day of this week I'm going to be following one of their players, casting a whole load of their matches, so you can get an insight to how they play and who they are. So obviously we know who the Zerg player is. It is of course Mr. JonnyREcco. In the lower right he is up against Complexity's TriMaster, the red Terran player in the lower right. The map is in Tomb Valley, and that means it is a ZvT. Now, while I wait to see what these two players are going to do, let me just say, if you like JonnyREcco's play so far, make sure you follow him on Twitter, which of course is at JonnyREcco. Make sure you follow Team Dignitas, which is quite simply at Team Dignitas, and make sure as well you follow me, which of course is at Madals SC2. And well, if you haven't watched day 1 rather, and you haven't seen any of Dignitas Dreams play, you should check that out because he has some awesome games as well. And if you want to know who's playing tomorrow, well, I'm afraid you are going to have to wait and see and come back because I'm not going to give it away. And well, in terms of strategy, we've already got very little happening. No barracks down yet, which makes me think TriMaster is going to go command center first. Reko should go for a 15 hatch, 16 pull. That is the standard opening against a command center first, which on this map I think is really quite brave actually. To be honest, Reko would be good doing some aggression in my opinion because, well, this is a wide area to try and hold off. A bunker could come down here, or even here, just to try and hold it a bit better. But if Reko went for a big roach ling push, it could be difficult to hold, so we wait and see exactly what happens. But well, TriMaster, he is happily going command center first. This drone is going to spot it down though. Of course, the hatchery on its way down there for Reko, who can, his other option is to take a quick third basically. He can do one or the other. He sees the barracks only just starting, so he's like, I know you went command center first. Gonna see the no gas, which just guarantees it. And well, as you can see here, the spawning pool coming down here for Reko at the moment. The drone pulling back. He may go and harass that SCV, or wait and see what he chooses to do. And it looks like, is he going to? No, he's going to attack the command center. That SCV is going to get into a little bit of a fight here. Now, who's going to win? This is going to be an epic battle right now. Which is going to be the victor? Nope, the SCVs team up, and the drone has to run away. The poor drone. What did he ever do? All he wanted was a fair fight. One purely biologically advanced creature against a strange guy in a robo suit. Like, it wasn't fair anyway, and yet they teamed up on him. The poor drone, all he wanted to do was be the hero for the day, but no, he's not going to get away with it. Now, obviously, as you can see here, we've got, well, the second hatchery about to come up. The double queen production should start. We've got the overlords still just happily floating around because that's what overlords do. And, well, we've got this SCV coming back to get a little bit of scouting information, but luckily for Reko, he knows he is completely safe because he knows it was command center first. We've got the one gas down. May see a second gas, alternatively we'll see the factory start. It depends whether TriMaster wants to go into the Banshees as well with a quick cloak or not, but one gas will allow him to get it just slightly slow. The factory should start. There we go. Next we'll see a reactor because a Hellion follow-up is pretty much the go-to build, and well, everything is going just as I would expect at this stage of the game. We've got the double mule cooldown, which is fairly standard. We've got both queens popping, 2 more queens on the way as well, and I really like that. It means creep spread, and creep spread means winning. Creep spread is just so good. Why doesn't every Zerg player love creep spread as much as I do? I don't know, but JonnyREcco does, and as we saw in game 3, he did pretty well with his creep spread. So that was always fun to see. Game 2 rather, not game 3. I'm getting confused by which game I'm talking about. It doesn't matter. It's all fun. Anyway, looking here, what have we got? We've got the refinery coming. We've got the refinery still down. We've got no second refinery yet. We've got the switch coming down ready here for the reactor in the factory. That's going to allow the Hellions to come out. No gas yet for Reko. He hasn't taken his third base either. He's taking his first 2 gas now. Obviously taking them with the natural. That way, if no scout goes down in the main, there's always the question: is it 2 or 4 gas? Which you never will know. But obviously looking here, it's just Reko droning. If he's going to take his third, it should be momentarily, and considering I just saw that drone click over there, it is bang on target. Around sort of 6 minutes-ish is good. And well, as you can see, Tech Lab coming down on the barracks. We've got the third command center, the second gas, so no Banshee. It is purely going to be a lot of Hellions and an expansion. So as you can see, TriMaster just focusing on getting as many bases out as he possibly can, really focusing on the economy style and getting a solid mid-game. But of course that does make him more vulnerable early on, but Reko equally is happy just getting lots and lots of workers. He's only just ahead though, and of course when you factor mules in, that probably doesn't look so pretty for him. No, they're exactly equal in terms of their income at the time being. This Hellion has scouted the third base, and of course on in Tomb Valley. These rocks are ever so annoying. We've got the double evolution chamber coming down, so we could see just good upgrades coming down. Obviously last time we saw Rico go against the Terran, it was QXC, and well, he did fairly well against QXC. Did lose in the end, but he managed to get out a lot of units. He went for a very upgrade heavy style into Ultralisks, quick infestors, and it was nice. It was just the multi-pronged harassment from QXC. It was so good. Anyway, here we go. We've got 2 more barracks coming on onto the double reactors. We've got the factory moving across. Should see a tech lab on that, assuming it's just going to be standard marine tank and not something funny. Anyway, we've got the Zerglings picking out the rocks in the middle there, starting now. We've got the +1 carapace on its way. We should see +1 melee. There we go, literally even before I had time to click it, he was there like a ninja. Meanwhile, Stim half done, the 3rd and 4th gas on their way out for the Terran player. The Terran also getting up his starport with a reactor on that, so maybe not getting tanks, maybe just going for a lot of marines. A marine medevac push. The 3rd base is on its way down. Looking up here, the drone transfer going down. Drone count 47 to 43 SCVs, so this is pretty equal. The Hellion checking the 4th base, because of course once Rico is aware that the 3rd is down, he's going to want to take his 4th to stay a base up. The creep spread really looking nice. These 2 queens just so nice. The only concern I'd have if I was in Rico's position is, hang on, there was only 2 Hellions. And that would always make me think what's going on. But of course, you can see the double gas here. That's important. And, well, JonnyREcco is just like, someone just told me your overlay is still up. So I don't know if TriMaster is streaming, but perhaps he is. And, well, looking here, we've got the Spore Crawler there. We've got the Spore Crawler here. So Rico blindly going for those Spore Crawlers, ready to deal with the Banshee. And he has no need to, because, of course, the starport is not getting out anything other than medevacs, or at least will be getting out medevacs at some point. The bunker in a very defensive position here with the 3rd. That's all good. Looking down here for Rico, he's happily getting out, well, more queens, because JonnyREcco likes queens. He's getting up the Baneling Nest, he's getting up the Macro Hatch, everything's good. He probably doesn't feel safe taking this 4th. It's a bit vulnerable, it's a bit exposed here, and well, this dead space actually works into a Zerg's favour late game, because you can put Broodlords there, which means the Marines can't get under them. Obviously Vikings are still a threat, but then it's easier to get the Infestors with the Hungry both down. These rocks finally taken out by the Terran player. The first 2 medevacs getting out. Could we see drops from Meiji? More and more barracks getting added on. Siege mode not started. We have the first tank on the field though, so obviously without siege mode that tank has relatively low use in my opinion. They are still good, but obviously without siege they aren't the absolute powerhouse they are with it. And well, looking around, of course 1-1 now finished up 2-2. Hasn't yet started because of course the lair only just finished for Rico right now. He's got 9 banelings morphing in, he's got good creep spread, and that's going to allow him to really deal a lot of damage to this push, which is just so marine heavy, and we could see a lot of damage get done here. Of course Rico with the 2-2 upgrades on their way, the 1-1 infantry upgrades coming down from TriMaster, so he is behind in the upgrade advantage. The banelings coming in, they are there, they are running as quickly as they possibly can. They can't roll yet, but as you can see, the Marines, they get picked up very quickly by the medevacs. Clearly a bit of panic there from the Terran player about losing everything to a handful of banelings, but well, Rico, he's in a good spot. He's getting his infestation pit down. Good timing on that. And, well, the creep tumors are spreading, as you can see from the production tab. He's trying to go in. He doesn't want to engage off creep, in my opinion. He wants to try and get a good surround. The Zerglings coming in. Are they going to be able to get behind? They do, but a great pickup from TriMaster. Timing that brilliantly. The Hellions get taken down, though, so that is an end of those annoying Hellions. Meanwhile, the tanks are there. Siege mode is a quarter done. The 4th base on its way out for JonnyREcco at the moment. More barracks being added on the 2nd factory siege. So, obviously, starting to ramp up the tank production, because you're going to need those going into the later stage of the game. Centrifugal hooks on their way down, so of course that is the baning speed upgrade to those of you who don't know it. And well, Hive starting now as well. Hive starting at 12 minutes, that's quite early Hive timing. But obviously it's not ridiculously early. The important thing of that Hive timing and the fact there's no Spire in production at all says to me that Rico is going to be going for Ultralisks straight off the back of this, which is good because, as you can see, there's hardly any tanks and hardly any Marauders. With good infestor control, good fungal growth, those Marines will get stomped in place and then nom-nom-nommed all the way up by Ultras. So obviously this is going quite nicely. The scan's going down, trying to deny the creeps, but as you can see, JonnyREcco is just like, I'm building creep tumors absolutely everywhere. And he's forcing so many scans, but here we go, we've got a big engage in JonnyREcco. Oh, he's not going to go for it, he sees the tanks and decides against it, which I think is a good move. He doesn't want to go for it too soon. Here we go, we've got the engagement going in though. It's coming in from all angles, the banelings being controlled perfectly, the tanks getting taken out very, very quickly. Zerglings coming from everywhere. The 2-2 upgrades haven't even kicked in yet. They aren't equal upgrades at the time being, but all the tanks were cleaned out, and of course a lot of Marines die. In terms of how cost effective that was, JonnyREcco lost more than his opponent, but his 4th base is up and running quite happily, but the 4th command center half done already for TriMaster. the Spire on its way down now, so we may not actually see that Ultra Cavern. We'll wait and see, but obviously with the Spire coming down, it could come a bit sooner. Hive has finished, Burrow on its way. We've got a good surround coming here. The Infestors are there. Those Queens picking off some Medevacs ASAP. That was quite good for JonnyREcco. That leveled out in terms of cost effectiveness. The 5th base on its way down because of course the Overlord has seen that command center. The one Viking here just running around, going to start picking things off. Adrenal Glands rather on its way down. Burrow nearly finished for Rico. He's got the 3-3 upgrades researching. He is getting everything that he could possibly want right now. Meanwhile, the 2-2 upgrades on the way out for TriMaster. Rico pulling back to deal with this double drop that is on its way in, but the Spore Crawler is there, already doing some damage. That's really, really nice. The Zergling's there as well. Just really, really good Overlord placement, preventing any of this going on. Meanwhile, this has forced all of Rico's army back, allowing the Terran player to take a bit of space in the middle. His 4th base is trying to go down, but 2 Zerglings just happily chilling there, which apparently TriMaster has no knowledge of or no intent of killing anytime soon. Of course, that's good. That's denying the base. Burrow is done as well, so he could burrow one of those Zerglings just to make sure that it stays down. But of course, that command center is now able to land. The tank count ridiculously low, only 4 tanks. That could run into some problems. Meanwhile, we've got those Vikings trying to pick all of those Overlords off, deny the vision, but of course the Creep Tumors, they're still there. They're still going to be able to see quite a bit. Only a tiny little patch there they're not going to be able to see. So we'll wait and see how that goes down. Obviously, the map vision is a lot nicer for Mr. Rico than it is for TriMaster. So that is something to consider. The 5th base up and running now for Johnny. And the 4th base taking the 5th and 6th, the 7th and 8th gas rather. And well, Great Aspire on its way down, the Corruptors on the way out, Adrenal Glands nearly finished, Rico nearly maxed out, so he's going to have to do some of this supply if he does want to get a decent number of Broodlords up. His money's looking quite good, he's got a good amount of gas sitting there. The TriMaster's money very low, which is actually a good thing because it means he's spending it all effectively, which of course is always good. He's doing a good job of macro. 85 workers to 75, but when you factor the mules in, that probably means that TriMaster's slightly ahead. He's getting a Planetary Fortress at his 4th, which is the right thing to do. As you can see here, the Mobius Reactor on its way, Cloak on its way down as well. The personal cloaking, that is, for the Ghosts Academy, and that means Ghosts are going to be coming out. Are we going to see some good EMPs on the Infestors, some snipes as well? Well, only time will tell, but as you can see, this Viking getting picked off by Queens. How many Queens has Rico even got? He's got 6 Queens on 5 bases, so he's happily pushing forward with lots of those. The +1 flyer carapace, 4 Broodlords morphing in for Rico. Meanwhile, the Terran player just being forced to sit back here because the creep spread is so good that if he tried to move any more forward, he'd be on the creep, and that would cause him some problems. We may even go for a scan, just trying to clean out some of this. But of course, Rico, he's moving forward, he's spreading more creep. He's just getting creep tumors everywhere and anywhere he possibly could right now. And well, obviously, these forces moving forward, going to be able to pick off all 3 of the Queens. That's going to be quite frustrating. That's quite a big loss for Rico at this stage. Puts him down to 3 Queens on 4 bases, which obviously means less injects, but Rico is near maxed out. He's getting some more Corruptors out. He can lose a bit more supply if he wanted to in order to get more Broodlords. Infestor count up at 7, 6 tanks, 4 Vikings, and 66 Marines. So an awful lot of Marines on the field, quite a high number of Medevacs as well. TriMaster still not quite maxed out, getting quite a few more Vikings on the way. The 3-3 infantry weapon up and armor upgrades coming down. 3-3 already done though for Rico. He's got Adrenal Glands as well. Good pick up there by those Medevacs again. Poking, prodding, picking up and running away, which is great unless of course the fungal growth goes down. A drop coming down to the 5th base. The Corruptor is there. This base should be saved absolutely fine. Rico's reaction times were just so good. In terms of the main, he's got patrolling Zerglings as well, keeping an eye there. This creep spread around every single angle is just so good. We do have TriMaster moving forward, picking off quite a few of the creep tumors. Perhaps this is him just trying to get into a position where he can get his 5th base, but well, there's still 1 creep tumor sitting there. That is going to be very, very frustrating for him. We'll wait and see if a 5th base starts to come down. It's a double command center there, but there's a burrowed Zergling going to force a scan. That's going to be very irritating indeed. And well, obviously, once you start forcing scans everywhere, it's less mules, which is a good thing. JonnyREcco taking the center of the map during all of this. A big clump of Marines just sitting on their own. They are not secured by anything. The scan goes down, and of course, if that was to get taken out, that would be quite a big loss. And obviously, fungal growth could be very, very potent indeed. What is the Corruptor count like? 7 Corruptors against, what was it? 10 Vikings. But of course, if those fungal growths are good, if the Vikings clump up, that doesn't mean a thing. JonnyREcco is taking out the rocks. He's taking his 6th base now. This drop coming straight towards the 3rd base. I don't know if it's been spotted. The Overlords are there. Has Rico spotted it? Well, he hasn't pulled any units yet. The Great Aspire, of course, is at the 3rd base. If he lost that, that would be a big loss. But we've got big engagement in the middle. Fungal growth going down absolutely everywhere. Meanwhile, the drop is still going down to the 3rd. This is where all the action is. Broodlords being forced to pull back. The train fungal growth going down, getting so many of the Vikings. And JonnyREcco looks like he's cleaned up pretty much all of the ground force right now. Snipes going down on the Broodlords. 1 force. Meanwhile, here is the drop at the 3rd, picking off Overlords at the moment, which may not be the best use of its time. The Great Aspire, if it got focused, would be a big, big win for him. And that looks exactly what TriMaster is going to go for. And of course, if that Greater Spire falls, then Rico is not going to be able to get any more Broodlords for 200 seconds. 2 nukes coming down, and I really hope those nukes are going to get used. The Greater Spire falls, the pickup goes down. Is the Infestation pick going to fall as well? Hopefully not, because that'd be a big loss, and actually all these Zerglings are going to get here in plenty of time. In terms of the cost effectiveness, well, we have got it pretty damn close right now. 3,000 more resources lost for the Terran player compared to Rico, and well, as you can see, this drop still being irritating, still being annoying, and these Zerglings are having to chase it. Some Zerglings being left up on the high ground to prevent them bouncing back and forth, but the centre of the map is held importantly by the Zerg. He's got 6 bases very comfortably, the 5th base up, but as you can see, TriMaster just being like, do you know what, guys, I really like command centers, so I'm just going to build loads and loads of them. I'm going to build some over here, I'm going to build 4 over here. Has he got any more? I don't think so. He also likes building in straight lines, except clearly things went a bit wrong here. His straight line got broken. That's always sad. If he has OCD, he's going to have major problems with that. But anyway, the double spire coming up, because before Rico obviously only had the 1, and it got killed far too easily. So now, building a contingency plan into his game. He's got so much money in the bank. He's in a good spot. He's at 200 of 200. Lobbing forward a couple of infested Terrans, just making sure that there's no tanks there that could get some fire. That single ghost. Oh my god. Seriously. Please let there be a new cooldown. That would make me absolutely one of the happiest people going. So we will wait and see to hear if we do get a nuke. But well, at the moment this Planetary Fortress is getting an awful lot of damage. Those Broodlords in such a good spot. The Viking clumped up quite heavily. There goes the fungal growth. That is always very good. The Banelings are going to be able to connect. As you can see here, damage being done absolutely all over the shop. The Corruptors are winning the air fight. Ultralisks coming in from behind. And well, as you can see, those fungal growths are going incredibly well. And well, it just looks like this is going to be pretty one-sided now. Rico with all of that. I hear the nuke cooldown. Where is it going? Where is the nuke? Where is the nuke? Where is it? Here we go. We've got a nuke down here for a start. Is it going to hit? Is it going to hit? I'm missing out on the big fight just to watch the nuke, which is always more fun. And well, boom. 1 nuke goes down. But of course, that doesn't matter for Rico at the moment, who is just continually sieging his opponent. This base hidden in the lower left has been spotted, I believe, so he should be able to take that out. Meanwhile, what has TriMaster got? Well, he's of course got that ghost still sitting there. He's got other ghosts all around. How much damage is he going to be able to do? But for the moment, obviously, Rico just pushing forward at 200 of 200. He's got 8 Ultralisks in production, 12 more Corruptors. He is moving. He is going forward. He has got fungal growths going down everywhere. The Viking count so low for TriMaster. Is JonnyREcco going to be able to take it? Is TriMaster going to have some kind of miracle defense? I just don't know at the moment. But what I do know is that fungal growth was absolutely brilliant. And Rico is looking like he is going to be unstoppable here. The Broodlord count down to 5. Some infested Terrans getting locked down though. The fungal growth still are hitting. And well, those infested Terrans just acting as a bit of a wall for the Broodlords, and it looks like most of the Marines are going to get cleaned up for the moment. We have this 1 ghost coming forward, sniping stuff, but of course there is that Spore Crawler there. 10 Ultralisks in production right now. The +2 air attack, the Greater Spire nearly finished. That's going to allow Rico to get even more Broodlords out. He has got not that much money though in order to get them. He is still doing pretty good though. He's got 13 more drones on the way, because he did take a lot of drone damage, of course, from those nukes. But the 3rd base of TriMaster is still under siege. He's got to be careful. More infested Terrans getting locked down. Just a wall of infested Terrans there. But the Broodlords get sniped off very quickly. And that, of course, is going to be a problem. But in come the Ultralisks. How much energy is on these infestors? A grand total of pretty much nothing. That means we're not going to see any fungal growth. That's going to be a bad thing for the Ultras, who are trying to run forward. But if they're attacking the choke, it is going to be advantageous for TriMaster. But the Ultras, they are moving forward near endlessly. We've got the infestors coming in. Some infested Terrans getting locked around. The Ultras managed to pin them in the corner. And TriMaster, GG's out. And, well, JonnyREcco, he does take the game. And that was such a relentless final assault. And TriMaster was just unlucky, clumping up all of his Vikings. But anyway, this marks the end of day 2 of Team Dignitas week. Come back tomorrow for, of course, another member of Team Dignitas. If you missed day 1, go and check out Dream. It's on my channel. And well, make sure you follow all of us on Twitter. That is, of course, Team Dignitas, at JonnyREcco, at Madals SC2, and well, follow Dream as well, at Dignitas Dream. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for day 3 of Dignitas week. Can't wait to see you. Make sure you tweet us or tell us what you think, and yeah, catch you then. Bye for now.